We'll call the Scottsboro City Council meeting Monday, January 13th to order. The invocation given by Gary Stewart, the pledge of allegiance given by Mr. Keith Smith. Ms. Phillips, will you do a roll call, please?
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Ms. McCurry?
Here.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Patrick Stewart?
Here. First item is the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Go to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Next item is the approval of previous minutes from December 16th, 2013. Do I have a motion to approve previous minutes from December 16th?
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from December 16, 2013.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Go to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. There is no old business, so we'll go to new business. There's going to be a change on the new business. We're going to combine items 4 and 5 on the agenda. We'll combine items 4 and 5. So with the new business, the first item is the public hearing, the alcohol license, doing business as number 1 China Buffet. Ms. Phillips, will you do the investigative report, please?
The applicant is Kong Lin, type of license, retail beer and wine on and off premise. The establishment is number 1 China Buffet, located at 23065 John T. Reed Parkway. The footage requirements are met for the nearest church and school. The license application is in order. The health, fire, and building inspections comply, and the zoning verification complies.
Thank you. With that being said, this is a time and place for a public hearing. Is there anyone here against this application? Is there anyone here against this? Is there anyone here for this other than the owner? This will close the public hearing. Do I have a motion for the alcohol license, doing business as number 1 China Buffet?
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. The next item is to consider the Charter Communications franchise agreement, which we discussed at the work session. Do I have a motion to consider the Charter Communications franchise agreement?
I make a motion we approve this agreement.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Not, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Next item is to consider the budget amendment for the cemetery new addition survey. That was also covered in the work session. Do I have a motion to consider the budget amendment for the cemetery new addition?
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on that?
Just for everybody's knowledge, how much was that about?
6,500. That was for the survey and the markers that are put down.
Any other discussion?
One more thing, that'll finish up everything we have, all the land we own there, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we might need to be looking further, right?
It certainly wouldn't hurt.
I have nothing for you.
No one has any other discussion, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Next item is to consider the budget amendment for the SUV, and then also the resolution to award the SUV bid. Mayor, when you want to discuss this?
Yeah, it was, my intent to wait about getting a, different vehicle until next budget year, but after doing some checking around, the vehicle has got 92,000 miles on it. They've all announced for 2 car dealerships to be here. It's my understanding that once they get 100,000 miles on them, they lose a considerable amount of value. So we did send out some bids. We mailed 2 bids, posted 1, received 1 of them back. And for a new vehicle in 2014. In discussing it further, we decided maybe to trade in the existing vehicle so we could get some value out of it. You have a copy of the trade, the price and the trading value. And if you approve the resolution to accept the bid, then you need to make a budget amendment for $31,003, which would be the price of the vehicle with the trade-in.
I have a motion to the budget amendment for the SUV.
I make that motion that we approve the budget amendment $31,003 for this week.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd like to say that even though it is the middle of a budget year, and a long time ago, when you didn't have much of a vehicle, you agreed to take a used vehicle at the very beginning when most mayors went out and bought whatever they wanted early. And I appreciate the fact that you did that, but I think it's time, and I don't have any problem with you getting a new vehicle and getting it now.
Any other discussion?
Councilman Smith, you also asked in your motion that the bid be awarded to the lowest bid.
I meant to do that, yes.
Put that in the minutes. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Next item is consider ordinance 581, automobile sales tax. Mr. Kenner, will you cover this first, please?
This is an ordinance amending and supplementing Scottsboro's 2 general ordinances of local sales tax and local excise taxes. Those are ordinances 410 and ordinance 394. What this ordinance does, it lowers the local sales tax and local excise tax imposed under those 2 ordinances on automotive vehicles, truck trailers, semi-trailers, boats, and boat trailers to 1/2 or 5/10 of 1% of the gross proceeds of the sale of the automotive vehicle, truck, trailer, semi-trailer, boat, or boat trailer. If the ordinance, if passed, would go into effect upon its due publication, and passage is required by law. Upon the passage of the equivalent act of the Jackson County Commission, which has taken place, to be effective on February 12th, 2014. So if it were passed, it would be effective on February 12th, 2014. I'm ready to answer any questions anyone might have. If there are no questions, it would be appropriate to see if there's a motion to set the rules aside.
Do I have a motion to set the rules aside?
Make a motion that we set the rules aside.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote to set the rules aside. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry, let me do a roll call on this. Ms. Phillips, we do a roll call?
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. McCurry,
Yes.
Mr. Gary Stewart,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Thank you. Do I have a motion to adopt no automobile sales tax?
we adopt the automobile sales tax.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I believe Mr. Kimmer stated, but I don't think in our motion that we stated this, reduced it to 1/2 of 1% or 5/10 of 1%.
0.5%.
I'm sorry. The other thing I wanted to add, the county did adopt this, this afternoon, so I just want to make sure everyone was aware of that, because I think it was contingent upon that, so.
Any other discussion? If not, we'll do a roll call vote. Ms. Phillips?
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. McCurry,
Yes.
Mr. Gary Stewart,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
Mr. Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Next item is to announce the resignation from the Commercial Development Authority Board. Ms. Phillips?
Mr. Scott Berry has resigned from the Commercial Development Authority Board effective immediately. This term will expire March of 2015. Anyone interested should apply in writing to the city clerk's office by Friday, January 24th.
We'll go to reports, Mayor.
The only thing that I have is, I'd like to thank you all for passing this automobile tax. I think it's very proactive on your part to see this need and to address it, and to also, it's not very often you hear taxes being lowered, and so I think it's going to be beneficial to both the city, the county, and the automobile dealers and the boat dealers and all of those who are affected. So I want to commend you for doing that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Smith?
I'd like to comment on the police department tonight. Something that's dear to my heart because I've lived in my whole life. As all of you know, every month we get a report from the police department telling what they do. And then this month we got a report from the police department giving a report for the whole year of what they do. But more importantly than that, I think we've had some local TV news about our police department, how crime has been reduced in the city of Scottsboro, and that's always a positive, especially this day and time. They do so many things that most of us don't ever know. They helped me this past week on something that I don't know what I've done without them. They came to my house and helped me with something. Today, they almost gave my mother-in-law's sitter a ticket when she went to get their lunch, but I didn't have anything to do with whether it did or whether it didn't. They stopped her, but she deserved it, and she said so. But they help us do so many things, help people at their homes at night when they have problems. To be honest, that's pretty low key, and that's not always a bad thing. That's a good thing. You never hear about police in trouble for anything, and that's a positive thing. I guess I'd say what I say to say that we have a very good police department in this town. It makes it a very good town to live in. Anybody who wouldn't want to come to this town and raise their kids, I don't know where else they would rather go. But I, for one, really appreciate what the police department does. Thank you.
Ms. Gray?
About Mr. Berry, I just want to say, he was the last remaining original board member that was still serving on the CDA board since its formation and creation. I'm glad that he served as long as he could. We all know he's suffering some health and medical issues, and y'all just remember him and his family in your prayers, and I just want to personally thank him for his service. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Miller?
I don't have anything, no.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
I don't have anything tonight.
We won't have a council meeting or work session on the 20th due to Martin Luther King Day. So we'll have a work session and a council meeting on January 27th. So that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second?
Second.
We'll vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.